up, sis?
JJ!
How are you? Well, first of
I'm
all, is that
good.
an organ in the background?
It's a piano that I cannot play.
Of course it is. Of course. Where are you? You must not be home.
I am.
You have a piano in your house that you can't play. That is awesome.
Pray for me, JJ. Pray for me.
It's got to at least be set up in place. That's a faith move. That's what it is.
He's working on me and
Yeah,
my fingers.
right. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Yeah,
really good. Yeah, I'm at peace. I'm
yeah.
at peace. I'm doing good. Yep.
But you're not really staying in the house like you should. You moving around a lot.
Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but because of church, I
Yeah,
get out at least maybe about twice a week.
that's not too bad. That's not
Yeah.
too bad. Yeah,
Other than going to the grocery store, stuff like that. But other than
yeah.
that, and we try to do at least once a week, but with the church, I go up there at least twice a week.
Got you. You got to
Yeah.
get this stuff ready. Because y'all are doing some innovative and crazy stuff. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But
Okay.
how's your baby doing? How's your daughter doing?
She's awesome. She's hiding right now.
Hiding? Because you knew I was going to tell you on the camera, right? Like,
Yes. But she's probably doing TikTok, which she's been doing it all day yesterday. I was like,
really?
let me do one with you.
How is that being like a single parent during this pandemic? I mean, you have a great relationship with her dad, which is great.
Yeah,
But still, I know it's a little different because we're doing all the homeschool now, and then you got to
right.
be enthused and engaged and amused now. How's that all working out for you?
Well, actually, for us, we decided to keep her on the same schedule. So
Awesome.
she's with me on the weekends, and then when she's with him, she's still doing schoolwork. They're making sure she literally wakes up as if she's going to school,
Wow.
and they'll work with her until about maybe 2 or 3, and then
Mm,
she'll call me or text me and let me know what's going on. But
that's
other than that, we try to keep her on the same schedule. That way, it's not too far off for her mentally.
Yeah, because I think what we all take for granted is that life has changed for them.
Yes,
And
tremendously.
you go from being with your friends and all that every day to now you're
Mm-hmm.
by yourself. And I think we've kind of focused on what we're going through, and then
Right.
also focus on the fact that we have to teach them, but we're
Mm-hmm.
realizing that they're going through all types of changes as well. So
Yeah.
y'all for making sure her life at least has some sort of normalcy. That's really dope.
Yeah. And I mean, the great thing about her is she likes school. So when
Yeah,
people ask her, do you miss it? She's like, yes, I miss it. And of course, like you're saying, she's missing being with her friends and things of that nature, but she's really smart. So
yeah.
she likes math and she's missing
Wow.
all of that stuff being with her teachers. But
Yeah.
other than that, we are trying to make sure we maintain some type of consistency with her.
Good, good.
Yeah.
But now you are in Atlanta, Georgia. What part of Georgia are you in? Because you be
I'm
driving
in I'm in Lithonia.
Lithonia. Okay. Because last time I checked, you were driving like 2 hours to go to church or something like that.
Yes.
Where are
Yeah.
you originally from?
Originally, I was born in Cordele, Georgia, which is, from me, it's probably about maybe 2.5, 3 hours.
Jeez.
But I lived in Warner Robins Macon area for the longest period of time.
Okay.
And then I just moved up here to Atlanta again because I was living up here before. But I
Gotcha.
just came back maybe September of last year, or
Okay.
yeah, something like that. But
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
So we were in Nigeria for the experience, like one of the best experiences of our lives. And
Yes.
sitting there, and you and Travis start talking about the fact that y'all basically grew up together. How did that happen? You and Travis Green, is he from the same part of Georgia you were?
Yes. Well, he's from, I want to say he's from Carolina, but
Okay.
they lived in Warner Robins for a long time because his father was military. And we went to the same high school together. Before my brother and I met Travis, he, he couldn't sing a lick, JJ.
Are you
Like,
serious?
Travis couldn't sing nothing. He actually played keyboard on the side
Wow.
in the church, and we would just clown. And he'll even tell you my brother taught him how to sing. So Travis cultivated a group called Justified, and it was me, my brother, his sister, another friend of ours. But we traveled to Savannah and everywhere. And I mean, we would stay at Travis' house like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, just creating music.
Wow.
Yeah, but we spent a lot of time with Travis. Like, Travis is a homie for real.
So y'all were like in a group together? I never knew that.
Yes, yeah, we were all in a group together. We used to we used to get the youth at my dad's church and walk around the neighborhood. And that's kind of how we gained a lot of youth from the community. Even some other friends from our school started coming to the church just because Travis has always been a huge influence, even at school.
Wow.
I mean, huge. Everybody knew who he was. He never played one sport, never did, like,
Really?
never was in a glee club or anything like that, but everybody knew who Travis Green was.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, we basically grew up with him.
Wow, that's so dope. So you went from Warner Robins to Atlanta, and you started singing with different people. So I know you were singing, when I first saw you, you were singing with Kevin Lemons. Now, I
Right.
wish I could take credit for your energy, right? I wish I could say, yeah, she got with me, and all of a sudden something just happened. But the first time I saw you, it was for Bishop Head's
The Choir Fest.
Choir Fest in Atlanta. No, it was in Nashville. But it
Nashville,
was
yeah.
at Bishop Joseph Walker's Antioch location.
Right.
And y'all sung the last song of the night. And literally, they had waited for hours.
Oh my God.
It was like one room to the other, just waiting. And
Yes.
okay, y'all sing the last song. And y'all sung that song, and I was like, who in the world is this girl with the blonde hair
Yeah.
shaking her head? What happened after that night? Because I know people started chasing you after that night.
Oh my goodness. I was so emotionally overwhelmed. First of all, I didn't know we were about to sing that song.
Wow.
We went out, and then there was another choir that was supposed to sing prior to us, but they weren't ready.
Wow.
So the lady comes back and she's like, Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling, and we was like, we're ready, let's go, because it's 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
And we just been sitting in the back waiting.
Right.
And so we go out, and I hear this tempo, and I'm like, wait, this sounds like this song that I sing.
Wow.
And it still never dawned on me, but I'm in my head, I'm telling myself, just pay attention, make sure you're alert just in case something happens.
Right.
So Kevin was ad-libbing the song in the beginning, so I was like, cool, he's about to, wear it out. I just get my praise on in the back here. Right. And then all of a sudden he gives me this notion to come here, and I'm like, what? And JJ, I promise, everybody I had never met, everybody that had the greatest influence was in the room, so my heart is beat like, oh my God. And so I go down, and I didn't even think twice about it. I was just in the moment, and I went for it. And afterwards, I think I cried, and I hugged Kevin, and I was like, man, this is crazy. Thank you so much. And by the time I got back to the hotel room, from text messages to people tagging me on social media, even weeks later, Malcolm Williams out of Chicago is actually the person that recorded us. It's his video. And so it ended up going on YouTube, and I was like, this is crazy.
Nuts.
But it was a moment. That was a moment for me.
So what happens? I think that everybody wants to know. When you're on your way to the mic, do you like psych yourself up? Is there like a switch that goes off? Because I've seen it multiple times where you're sitting in the back all quiet, like, hey, how you doing? And then something just switches but by the time you get from your space to the mic, what happens? Do you talk to yourself? What's going on?
Well, to be honest with you, JJ, for some reason, God's pattern for me is he always allows me to go through an experience prior to getting to that moment.
Wow.
And so just like he'll work it out. That season was probably the craziest, dramatic season of my life. At the time I was married. Marriage was upside down. My car just would never get right. So every time I approached the stage to sing it, I was always trusted with the ability to sing it with transparency and conviction. Just like no reason to fear.
Yeah.
The enemy has always tormented me mentally with fear, like since being a kid. And I feel like God is telling me, before you get this microphone in your hand, I need to know that I can trust you to give these people, like, to be them, because I don't think he never would want me to present something to them that I've not experienced. You can't do that. You just can't do that. So for me to get up here and saying I have no reason to fear, I have to have had an experience where I've been fearful.
Yeah.
And so it's always those first 2 or 3 seconds before it's my turn where the butterflies are there. But it's like as soon as I open my mouth, they like literally it's gone.
Wow.
And I just start I start experiencing some things that I've been through. I start thinking about whatever I've gone through, ups and downs, rejection from people, times where I've been literally scared, living in my car, everything. I literally place those experiences in front of me because my thing is, if life and death is in the power of my tongue, I can open my mouth and speak to what I see.
Yeah.
And it changed just by me putting words into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So if I can look at my fear and say, I have no reason to fear because the Lord is my light. Hey, I just killed whatever, whatever fear or whatever torment I was going through. So for me, it's all about experiences and being able to be transparent and sing with conviction in those moments.
So, of course, you always bless me on the stage. I mean, it's incredible. And we ministered many all over the world. So that's great. What always blesses me about you is afterward. Because a lot of people have a tendency, especially when their gift is as strong as yours is, and when you get that much attention, the temptation is to gather and be in a position where you can get more attention. But every time I see you after you minister, you go back to your space, or you'll find yourself hidden in the back. I remember we did the Essence Music Festival, and it was crazy.
Yes.
I mean, it was a crazy moment. And I was expecting, because it was the Essence Music Festival, I was thinking it was going to be like, they don't want to hear no gospel. Them people were going in that convention center. And that day, it was us, Tamala Mann, and David Mann.
Miranda was there.
It was crazy, such a great lineup.
Yeah.
And after we sang, you like disappeared, and I went to look for you, and you were in the back sitting in a corner. What happens in that space where you just find yourself missing and out of place after the moment is over?
If I can say, it's definitely a space of humility, because number one, I'm praying that God. I know people are coming. They're going to tag me in videos. I'm even going to repost the video. But I never want it to be about me. I always want to go back and say, Lord, whatever I've just sung, whatever I've just given, I pray that you have received it. I pray that you got the glory. And that's literally how my spirit is. My brother and I have always grew up as to where my father has drilled in us. It's not about you. It's not about you. You give what God has given you. If you are anointed, and he used to tell us to close our eyes, but I'm trying to learn how to now open my eyes.
Open them eyes. That's right.
But he's like, you close your eyes. Don't worry about the people. Don't worry about the looks. Just sing.
Right.
And that's how we've always been trained. And so when we get done, it's like, hey, give the glory back to God, because it wasn't us. It's all God. If I did it, I would mess up. And I know I will, because I'm always in my head trying to make sure I got notes right. Jonathan is always like, get out of your head. Get out of your head.
Get out of your head. That's right.
But that's how I know it has to be God. It's definitely God. So I make sure that we give the glory back to him. And it's not church talk. It's not a lingo that I'm just using. That's literally spiritually where I am. It's not about me. I always want to make sure that God gets the glory.
So now, Lagos, Nigeria. Let's talk about the experience.
First of all, let me say this. Let me say that we never know where we're going.
Right. Are you
never know.
Okay, great.
Right, that's it. Are you available March 2nd? Yes, I am. All right. Here's your ticket. Let's go. Even before all of that, JJ, like when you asked me did I have my passport.
Yeah.
And I had a cousin that told me weeks before, Tiffany, I just feel that you need to go get your passport. So I'm thinking, I go get it when it's time. Wow. When I say I was in rush mode,
See?
I was like, oh my God. And my cousin said, see, I told you.
Yep.
And I mean, even that time, but Lagos, first of all, like we had been to Africa before.
Right, absolutely.
But I had never been in a space with that many people.
Yeah. Yeah, they said it was 600,000 people out there.
Yes.
But I mean, you don't even need to we didn't even explain what that's like because every song they sung with us, it was incredible. So we out there with
Yes.
600,000 people. I mean, it was mind blowing. I
It
mean, just a
was.
mind blowing experience. I mean, they were worshiping and giving God, everything they had. This is what blesses me. A year later, 1 year to the
Testify.
day, 1 year to the day later, we were in Louisville, Kentucky, singing at a church. Now, of course, I just said it was 600,000.
Right.
1 year to the day, we were singing at a church that had literally, if it was 18 people, I'm being generous.
If
I'm
you
being
being
generous.
real generous.
And you had the same energy,
Wow.
the same, I mean, you exercised your gift the same way as it was the year before when it was 600,000 people. Why is it that you can give the same amount of glory to God no matter what space you're in? Like, what do you have to tell yourself that? Because I know for me, it's like you have to tell yourself, listen, it's not. It might be one person here that needs to just say, you got to do something. Because when you got 18 people, they all sitting down looking at you, and they have a conversation with each other while you're singing. You got to train yourself how to deal with that. What is that for you? How do you make sure it's not about the numbers, but it's all about giving God glory?
Pastor Reginald Sharp, he was my pastor in Macon, Georgia. I led worship for him. He said to me, legends are created because they are consistent.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter who you're in front of. It doesn't matter how many people are there. It just doesn't matter. You stay consistent. And he was like, that's just how legends are created. It's not about what they do, but it's about who they are and how often they are that same individual in every capacity. Wow. So for me, it doesn't matter about a number at all. It's not about the quantity. It's always about the quality. So in my head, that's my thought. Just be consistent. And wherever you are, be consistent.
Legends are created because they're consistent.
They are consistent.
That's really good. Really,
he blew me away with that because there are a lot of people that don't get the title of a legend. However, they are consistent.
Yes.
So it's just like yourself. You're the same way. There's not a moment, it doesn't matter who's in the room. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't even, and then you're very sensitive to the space you're in. So the same energy that you give in Nigeria with no reason to fear, you'll give that same energy, but you'll give it with you deserve it. So it's not necessarily, a jumpy moment, but it's the same passion within the song.
Right.
But I heard him say that, and I was like, you know what? I just got to stay consistent.
Stay consistent. And speaking of consistency, I got to talk about what you must be eating or something. We were in Detroit, Michigan, at a church called Triumph Church. Now, for those who've never been to Triumph Church, they have one service on Saturday and 8 services on Sunday. 9 services a weekend. 9 services a week, and we had to sing at every service.
Every one of them.
And sing the same songs.
Yeah.
And give the same amount of energy in every set. So I'm already used to it. So I was good. The others were like, okay, listen.
Right.
But then, like, what we were doing, we got like service number 7 on Sunday. You had more energy on No Reason to Fear than you did. I was like, what is happening? What are you doing for your stamina? Because this is important. I think a lot of us, we give God glory and we shout and we go crazy, and then we get home, we soar.
Yeah.
And we can't wake up till 9 o'clock at night. What are you doing to keep your level of energy up?
Well, for me, my godmom is a trainer. And so literally last night she sent me 3 videos about, and I really like to work on my abs, like the core. And then, but she sent me 3 videos of, and she'll ask me, what do you want to work on? I'll say arms or legs or abs or whatever. And then she'll send videos. Other than that, I drink gallons of water. I just started doing no meat because for me, meat sits on me. And I got to say, I restarted because I failed for a minute.
I feel that every day. I fail it by lunchtime.
Right. But I do. I like meatless meatballs or lots of vegetables, but tons of water, tons
Right.
of water. And then just exercise. I may walk, or I can't really run.
Hmm.
I can't run for long periods of time because my
Okay.
knees are really bad.
Okay.
But I try to
What?
make sure they're terrible, JJ.
You would not know it because you do this jump thing from side to side every.
They're terrible. Well, I guess that's why I say I can't run long periods of time.
Got
Because,
you.
like, if we're on the stage, I can choose, when to do it and when not to do it.
Mm.
But I definitely try to exercise as much as I can. But yeah, just water and my trainer helps out a whole lot.
So you think if everybody's saying, I mean, just drinks a lot of water and walks a couple times a week, they'll be able to dance like you? I'm
there's,
asking
a,
because
there's a possibility.
people gonna try it. People gonna try it. They're gonna be falling out on floors, and I want the videos. Please send me the videos of you trying to dance like Tiffany.
Now, what I will say is if you get some cardio in before you sing, I
Mm.
think that helps a lot.
So
It
you
kind of
you do cardio
releases
before
the
you?
pressure. Yes.
Oh wow! See,
I
there you
think
go.
we went somewhere and me and either it was Jannard or Zeb, like
Mm.
we did cardio prior to singing, and by the time we got ready to sing, we were good. And it's
Wow.
because of how much you have to give out. Like you have to prepare your body for that. You can't just wake up and just your body's gonna be like, wait, what's
Right.
going on?
What happened just now?
Right. We
That's
just
very
woke
true.
up.
Right.
So, but yeah.
That's good. So now we got to talk about. I mean, you've had all these amazing experiences,
Yes.
and you
Thank
served
you,
with so
Jesus.
many people. Then I think it was not this past year, not New Year's Eve last year, but the year before. You connected, and all of a sudden I heard you were singing at New Birth with Pastor Jamal Bryant,
Yes.
and something happened around then. So talk about this whole transition from you just being an artist and a worship leader to now being the minister of music at New Birth.
Well, let me start by saying I think it was 2018, that entire year I traveled with you. The
Right.
entire year. I
Yeah.
think I've created a post between you and Ricky. I created a post of how many places I had actually been to. And after reviewing it, I was like, good grief, Lord. Like, never in life have I would have imagined going
Wow.
to that many places in a year. But while I was traveling, my prayer was, Lord, out of one of these engagements, I want to be stable somewhere.
Wow.
I want to, that was my prayer. I didn't like pray it every day. I just said it and left it alone.
Mm.
And then by the end of 2018, I put up a post on Instagram. I normally do like pictures of myself and maybe a quote. And
Mm.
so I posted that, and Dr. Bryant sent me that quote back to me. And he said, what church are you at? And I said, I'm nowhere consistently. And he
Mm.
said, well, come rock with me at New Birth. I was like, wait a minute, wait, wait, are you serious?
Just that easy, right?
Right. So I was like, wow. I literally got out my bed and started shouting, which is not anything new for me because it happens at any given moment.
Any moment, absolutely.
But I was so grateful to God. I went to New Birth. I want to say it was either the first or the fourth Sunday in December. My
Okay.
first time when I went there, JJ, they treated me like I was a college student that left to go to college and came back.
Wow.
It felt literally like home. I never felt like a guest. From the time we reviewed the material to now the congregation was a little bit like, okay, let's see who this girl is. She ain't got no hair on the side.
What's she about to do?
She got these braids on. And
Right.
then, I had on my orange boots, which Dr. Bryant called watch night boots.
Because
So,
saved it for watch time.
right. So they looking like, okay, we're gonna try to figure out who this girl is. And then he got up and was kind of saying, asking the audience. He made it a joke, but he was like, "Did you all enjoy her?" And they were applauding and everything. And I think a few weeks after that, I seen Zeb because we were traveling with you somewhere, and
Mm-hmm.
he was like, you got that position right. And I was like, I don't know. My prayer for that was, Lord, if I'm the voice for this church, I want the assignment. But if I'm not, I don't want it because I knew the assignment would be great. I knew the
Yeah.
responsibility was going to be out of sight for me.
Right.
I've been a minister of music before, but not on this level.
Sure.
And so, and then my prayer wasn't necessarily to be minister of music, but I did want to be the worship leader if that's what God had for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so a few weeks later, Dr. Bryant wanted me to come in on a Tuesday and lead worship for Bible study. So afterwards, I went to his office and he was like, I want you here. And his first question was like, who are you? And I was sitting there. First of all, I was in amazement because I'm like, oh my God, this is
Right.
Dr. Jamal Bryant. A few weeks after that, he called me. I was sitting in a restaurant with a friend of mine, and I told her, I was like, I gotta go outside and answer this phone call. So I did. It was him. He said, he told me what position it was, minister of music. And I was like, wait, what about worship leader? You don't want me to have just worship leader?
Let's start here.
Let's take baby steps on this
Right.
thing.
Right.
But I was like, wow. Now, the thing that blew me away about him is that he said, give me your father's number because I want to call him and ask for his blessings. I want his honor and bringing you up here. And I said, oh my goodness, he's old fashioned and I loved it. And so my father was proud. My family was proud. It was an awesome transition. And then to know that I consistently work alongside with Jonathan Nelson.
Yeah.
Jonathan has really been an amazing guy for me, and not just as a worship leader, not just as a minister of music, but as a female, as a lady in general. He's very overprotective, which I love because my brother or my dad isn't up here. Mm-hmm. And so he's always wondering, how you doing? Just like yourself, he calls all the time. How you doing? Is Lena okay? Just checking in. And that means more than anything. It really does. He's always, after I post a video, he'll, if it's good, he'll say it's good. If it isn't, he'll be like, hey, you could have hit this note differently.
As a real family. Right.
Right. And I love it because it keeps me accountable.
Yeah.
And then, the next time around, I'm like, okay, let's remember to do this. And I hear his voice in my head all the time because we spent so much time together. We're always talking. But he has really been like an angel for me. But that transition, JJ, if I could do it all over again, I would. I would do it all over again. And even going there now, it's been over a year, officially over a year, was March the 10th. For me, Jonathan, and Pastor, because we claim it a year for us because that was the day he was installed as pastor. But it still feels like my first time going there.
Wow.
It's still just that refreshing for me. It's just that exciting. Just to know that, people are, even in the phase we're in now, this is totally different.
Yeah.
I'm not used to being in front of a camera like that, but just learning, and it's challenging, but it's a fun challenge.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, what new thing can I learn today? What new experience am I going to get out of this today?
Yeah.
Meeting, some of the most awesome people. Pastor Carrie, she's our emerging generations pastor.
Wow.
The most beautiful, sweetest, intelligent, educated, everything. We have so many incredible people on board that we can all learn from. They're creative. And Dr. Bryant, just smart, always knowing what to say, always knowing what to do. And what I love about him the most is he's okay with you making a mistake. He's okay if you're in a phase of learning, even learning him. He understands that we're all learning each other. If we make a mistake, let's make it and let's learn from it. Keep going.
That's right.
It's been so awesome being at New Birth.
So I got to ask you this, because one thing I admire is the way I see you and Jonathan serve together. Mm-hmm. And I've been in situations where you serve along with somebody who is gifted also.
Right.
And not only do people have a tendency to put you against each other, sometimes in your head, you'll put yourselves against each other.
Right.
That comparison thing is like a demon. It'll make compare your gift to someone else's and compare. I mean, it'll make you even feel like, when I'm not there, it ain't good. All that.
Right. That's right.
How have you two been able to overcome that and do it with such grace and power?
Well, I'm a person of honesty. So like what you just said, the comparison thing, I tell Jonathan that. I tell him that when you're not there, I still wanted to feel like you are. Or at least I wanted to feel like I want the people to be able to tell he's pouring into her. Like,
Yeah.
this is his fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll share that with him. But with Jonathan, Jonathan allows you to operate in your gift. And for me, in my head, I know that Jonathan has years in this.
Sure.
And so I'm always thinking, I'm a student, I'm learning, I'm gathering information, I'm always studying, always watching. And he sees that, so he continues to pour. However, he doesn't make me change who I am. I'm going to let you be you. I'm just going to mold it a little bit.
Good.
I'm going to give you a little bit of structure.
Yeah.
Just like sometimes he tells me, don't let your braids down, don't shake your braids. And then sometimes he's like, go ham.
Right. You got to know when to use it. That's right.
Exactly. Right. And it's not that it's ever a show, but there are moments where, you kind of want to just be a little bit, soft. And then there's moments you want to go in. But he's just been, like I said, for me, I'm always thinking I'm a student. This is an experience I'm learning from Jonathan. And Jonathan, the God in him proves himself every time he's on that stage.
Sure.
There has been moments where, and there's been moments, last minute moments where we've chosen the song, but when you get into a space in the moment, he'll look at me and say, Tiff, I don't think we should do this right here. And I'll say, well, what you want to do? And he'll say, we'll go this route. And literally going whatever route that he has in his spirit felt, it always works.
Awesome.
It always works. So we definitely work as a team. We never give out any information unless we've both conversed about it first.
Good.
We always talk about, even if he's not here, I tell him what I'm singing, because for Jonathan knows church. Right. So if he knows the song isn't going to fit, he'll tell me, because of the theme of the month, I wouldn't put this right here. So I'm like, okay, what do you think? And the same thing for him. Like, sometimes he'll let me tell whatever song we're doing. But I love it because we're almost in sync to the point where we're finishing each other's sentences, or we're thinking alike. So it's fun. And for me, it makes me proud because I can really tell I'm watching him, I'm studying him. And I know him and Dr. Bryant they've had, a relationship. So they know each other. Right. And for me, working up under Dr. Bryant, I want to know him just like that as well. So I take whatever time I need. I watch videos. Literally, I don't know what's on Netflix because all I'm doing is watching church videos.
Right. Good. Right.
But I'm constantly studying, constantly hearing his voice in my head. He's like stuck in my head. But that's how we work together.
So last question I got to ask you is, because you have challenged me and every minister of music on the East Coast. I want you to know.
What happened?
Y'all making us so mad at Newburgh because the band is smashed. I mean, incredible. Y'all doing these videos every week in a different location. And I'm trying to figure out how you guys are being so innovative in these different spaces. What is there? Do y'all have like a think tank or planning? Like what is happening that you? First of all, before y'all even left, before we got to this pandemic, musically y'all were doing some incredible things at the church. Every week felt authentic and fresh. But now you're keeping the same type of vibe, and you're not in the same place every week. How do you guys plan for Sunday mornings? Because I feel challenged. I feel like I got to do better. What are you guys doing to make every week so different?
Well, the great thing about our team is everybody has their own element in which they report from their departments what they want to add to the moment. We do have we call it a Sunday logistics team, where we talk about Sunday. So we get with the media director, of course, to know scheduling, what's going to work for your schedule, what's going to work for ours. Jonathan and I, Jonathan, myself, and our executive pastor, which is Pastor Khalif Lemons, we come together and we, say what creative moment should be there. And we will we dissect it to the point of, you were 2 minutes over here, you were 2 seconds behind here. Like, we literally go down the line like that. But we'll come together, just like a few days ago. We're really now a week ahead. But we record, and we record in whatever moments that a pastor doesn't really want it to be a church look. He wants it to kind of be out of the box.
Yeah.
So, and then, but we also have a studio at the church that we record live in as well.
They go to unfairness. Gotcha.
We literally have an engineer
Wow.
that mixes in the moment.
Mm,
But we have some incredible, and they've really been there before we got there, to be honest with you. It's just a moment of us kind of coming back together and recreating in the moment where we are. But we definitely meet every week. Jonathan and I, 5 days out of a week, we probably talk 4.
wow.
We talk to each other to make sure everything is good. We'll literally watch it and we'll be texting each other in the moment, making whatever changes for the next time.
Awesome.
But come together, we meet, we plan, definitely plan, add different elements, music elements as far as the dance ministry, because we want to make sure that even though we're in the moment where we're in, people still want the opportunity to serve. And
Gotcha.
so we want to make sure they get that opportunity. But yeah, it's so much fun.
Uh,
It's so
well, look, you're having fun. I feel challenged. I feel like I got to do that. But that's great. I think that we should all challenge each other.
yeah,
You need to have people in place that make you want to do better. If you
true.
always
That's
feel
true.
like you're the best, then you'll never look to achieve anything different.
That's
So
right.
New Birth is challenging us musically. There are people who challenge me writing wise,
Mm,
vocally. There's always have somebody that you look to that
true.
make you want to grow. And
Right.
you are doing such great things. I'm so
Wow,
proud of you.
man.
I'm extremely proud of everything that God has done for you. You're also on records as well. Um,
Yeah.
everybody in the world try to sing Best Days. I mean, everybody try to sing Best Days. But what's so funny is, no, I got to talk about No Reason to Fear for 1 second. Then we'll let you.
Yes.
So everybody thinks that No Reason to Fear, you just like actually happened to sing that on the road with me one day. That's not what happened.
Right.
I was scrolling through Instagram and somebody tagged me in a video of you singing No Reason to Fear down south somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's the girl.
In Florida.
If you were smashing the songs, I actually sought you out. I said, I need to find her because I think on me. And I asked Greg Kirkland.
Yeah.
And Greg said, oh, yeah, she'll do it for you now if you wanted to do it. And he just had you come sit with us one day. And
Yep.
we connected. So I think that a lot of people need to realize that we are watching social media, good and bad. So what I want to leave with is, when I tried to find out about you, I didn't hear anything bad.
Mm.
I didn't hear
Wow.
any negative reports about your character. No one was able to say anything negative about you. I want to
Wow.
leave with why it's so important to have a good name. And
Mm.
I think for so many years, we all felt like our gift was enough.
True. That's true.
You could be rude, nasty, but as long as you could sing, then that merited
Wow.
you the opportunity or the right to be nasty to people.
Mm.
But no one had anything negative to say about you.
Wow.
What do you have
Wow.
to say about that? Like, is that intentional or is that just your character?
Well, I try to live right.
You try to be holy.
I try. I got some ways about me. But I don't know if it's intentional, but like I'm saying, I just try my best to be honest. I try my best to be my honest self.
Yeah.
Even if I have done wrong, I'll be the first to come back and apologize.
Yeah.
Because I just think, and then, my convictions come in quick. If
Yeah.
I've done something, it's almost like, hey, no, that wasn't right. And so I try to make sure, for the most part, that I handle everybody with the same, respect and love and care. And like I'm saying, I can have my ways too, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I try my best to make sure that I'm living up to where I don't have any regrets when I've done whatever I've done.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know a lot of artists and singers tune in. You're always trying to figure out how to get to the next space. Be sure that your character is enough, or
Yes.
that your character can line up with the space you're trying to get to.
Right.
God will keep you hidden until you're ready to get to that space.
True.
You didn't just start singing. You've been singing, like you said, since you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But now all of a sudden you have you're ministering at one of the most amazing churches in the country. You're able to serve all over the world, but it's not because your gift is better than everyone else's, but because
Right.
integrity will
That's
allow
good.
you to be in the space that you're in. Now, of course, you're gifted. We're all gifted.
Right.
And you wouldn't be doing what you do if you couldn't sing.
True.
But your gift has to be backed up with integrity.
Yes,
So
I
I
agree.
honor you for what you're doing and for the spirit you have. And I ask that you continue to just stay humble. I mean, it means so much to all of us. Those who serve with you, it's really mind-blowing that you're able to do what you do and still be as nice as you are.
Wow, JJ.
You can be anointed and nasty, but you're anointed and nice, and you're powerful. And I just ask you, keep going, and we're going to keep supporting you in every way we can. You know, I will always be here for you and your family, whatever you need. And I'm proud of what you're doing. I'm just proud of you.
Wow.
From a little girl in the back of the choir stand,
right,
to now serving in front of the limelight of so many people. It's an amazing thing to experience. So thank you for
being. Thank you, JJ. Like, a lot of people don't know you are what I'm seeing right now. That's who you are. You have opened up so many doors for the entire YP, and you give all of us an opportunity to be in all types of different spaces that we probably never would have ever imagined. And I know, for me, speaking for myself, I know it's the truth. I know it is. And so I appreciate you, and thank you for letting me be my authentic self. I don't know who else to be. I listen to other artists, but I'm always wondering what's your own sound. So I thank you for allowing me to be myself on any platform. Thank you so much for every opportunity. Thank you for this opportunity right here. I appreciate your influence. Thank you so much.
So everybody wants you to follow Tiffany. She's amazing. Official Tiffany Boone is on Instagram. Yep. And we're both going to do what we're going to both do right now is tell everybody. She has a single. You do have a single. What's the name of your single?
Yeah, it's old. Glory to your name.
Glory to your name. It's a couple years old. Okay. And you're on our current record, Miracle Worker.
Right.
Forever. That's Tiffany going ham on the end. She's also, of course, on Best Days by Ricky Dillard. But what we both are going to do is tell everybody to pre-order our brother Jonathan Nelson's record.
Yes.
He has the Purpose reunion coming. I was at the recording. It's so awesome. I'm so excited.
Yes.
I mean, Jonathan Nelson, of course, he and Purpose are trailblazers in gospel music. I don't think everybody's aware, but they've done so many great things. I mean, Right Now Praise. My Name is Victory. I'm Healed. All these huge songs. Finish Strong. Expect the Great. Huge songs.
Yes.
So his new CD comes out on March 22nd. No, the single.
May 22nd.
Still in March.
You're good.
I'm trying to get out of May. May 22nd, Jonathan Nelson and the Purpose reunion is available now. Go and pre-order it. We love him. I saw that you posted that, and that meant a lot.
Yes.
He's a great friend of mine. It's like my brother for real. And,
Jonathan is like the younger Donald Lawrence.
Right, absolutely.
The way he colors sounds and it's incredible.
So we want everybody to support him, and I want to use my platform if possible to help push my friends. That it means something.
That's awesome, JJ.
I really believe the more you expose other people, you lend your platform to others, God has to make it bigger.
Yes, sir.
The more people you put on it, He's not going to give you a platform and not have you room for people to stand on it with you. So the more people I allow to stand on a platform God has given me, the bigger He makes it. So I'm going to keep doing it. It's a blessing in store for me as well. So everybody download, pre-order Jonathan Nelson.
That's right.
Purpose. Reunion record is going to be amazing. And support my sister and follow official Tiffany Boone on Instagram. All right?
Thank you so much, man.
Love you, sis.
I love you.
I'll talk to you soon.